Okay, this is Spencer, the Tampa Bay wallpaper installer. I just want to show you on this quick video how to apply your skim coat with long strokes of your arm. So if a lot of people have messed up walls at home and they don't know how to fix them. So if you want to start your own project at home where you just go out and get a bucket of plaster, and when I say plaster, I mean the joint compound. You can also add joint compound powder mix to that, either 5-minute mix or 20-minute mix, 45 or 90. But if you're just starting out, I would say stick with the ready mix compound. It is the substance with which you can make the most mistakes, especially if you're new. Although it happens to be the softest among the surfaces of plaster work. This is a bag of 90-minute mix, okay? And you'll see that this one actually comes from Proform. They sell their plaster in bucket form, okay? USG Sheetrock also has their version of it. It's the same stuff, okay? And this is the ready mix joint compound from Proform, and you'll see this right in your building area. Those things weigh a ton. You'll see them right in your building section. I stick with the green lid, the sheetrock from USG. Okay? They also have it in a box. It comes in a plastic bag that's inside of a box. I see a lot of pros using this on YouTube. I'll just show it to you. Okay. You'll see this on YouTube. Advantage. Sheetrock USG also makes their version of this. Inside is a plastic bag, and it has ready mix in the plastic, and you just dump it into your plaster bucket. You mix it up, and then you're ready to go. So, I mean, the techniques are going to be the same. If you use an accelerator, which makes the substance dry quicker, it'll be harder on your arm, okay? In which case I recommend that you carry a spritzer, a bottle, where you just spray a little water onto the surface, okay? So here goes. I mean, it's not anything overly complicated. I just want to show you the stroke of the trowel that I'm using. Okay. Now let's just. So you can see this here, right? Okay, good. Now look, I'm going to hold. See, the plaster's not falling off. So I'm coming up with my plaster knife like this motion, so that I have a good amount of it. You see this? I can now manipulate this with my wrist. And I'm going to put it on the wall so the camera can see it. Now I just spread that out pretty quickly. And now I have to work it. I have to work it out. I'm just going to now move it around the wall with all different sorts of motions. And now I'm making it thin, and I'm ready to actually just do my final stroke on it. But look, I can go from top to bottom. It's actually one of the easiest tricks to spread plaster, because when you use this trowel, you can use, this is why I love it, and I want to explain this. You can use this motion. When this muscle starts hurting, you can do it from the top to bottom. You use this motion. When that starts to hurt, look what you do. You turn the trowel around, and then you use this motion, look. And then when that hurts, you do it like this. So you have 4 different ways, and it all comes out the same way. None is better than the other. Okay, I'm going to show you from the top. All I'm doing is dragging that knife down. The blade is doing the work. Look at that. But guess what? My wrist is starting to hurt. My wrist hurts. Now I'm going to go up. Matter of fact, I'll show you the sideways stroke. Okay? Again, I get the plaster on the knife. Look, I'm gonna go, watch this. When you're desperate and you only have two hands, just stick it on the wall, all right? If it falls, I didn't tell you to do it, because you will damage your knife. But you understand what I mean. Okay, watch this. Now, I got a good amount of it on my blade, right? I'm gonna go right up in the corner, but not on top of the corner. I'm gonna stay 1/4 of an inch away because I don't want this slop getting onto my adjacent wall. So I'm gonna go right up to the wall, pull it to my left. Go right up to the wall again, pull it to the left. Go down below, pull it to the left. See how it's spreading out? Pull it to the left. See that? The other part of my wrist is relaxing now because I'm not using that muscle. You see how quickly it goes on with this blade. You can imagine if you have a strong arm and you want to use a 20-inch boat trowel, you can imagine how much work you can get done. But for me, this is good. Now I go right up to the corner, I pull it down in a feathering effect. I have my blade at a 45. What do I mean by a 45? That's a 90-degree angle right here. I got this and this together. The corner, the point at which this touches this, forms a 90-degree. Now watch me make it a 90, about 45. Just bring it in halfway toward the thing. That's the point at which I'm using the trowel to finish my plaster. When I want to spread it, I'm bringing it out. I'm bringing out to a 90. When I first start applying it, I'm putting it at a 90-degree angle. Why? Because it helps me knock down the bulk of the plaster. You want to knock it down and drag it. You're knocking down big mountains of plaster. So you're using a sharp edge. But now when I finish it, I don't want that type of angle. I do it at a 45. You can hear it. You can hear it. It's just taking only what it needs. You can hear the noise in it, okay? There are no track marks in my work here. One of the other benefits of using this trowel. A boat trowel is not going to leave track marks. Okay? Now I'm a lefty. This is pretty natural to me to come up to my edge on my right side and just pull to my left because I'm lefty. It actually, this trowel helps me, no matter what hand I'm using it with, to do the job. Now let me show you the old way to do it. Well, it's not actually, this is the old way, but let me show you how most people are doing this today. And this is where they're wrong, okay? Watch this. This tool, I'm gonna say about 30 of these things. I get them from, they break. One time I was taping, I had my hand full pressure on this thing, snapped right off. Okay, if you're on a ladder, you could fall right off the ladder. These things give way. Now, you want to put 2 fingers here because you're going to put the pressure on this blade the way I put the pressure on this blade. I like to call this like an iron, this thing, okay? So this gets old. You see, there's only one way to use this tool, okay? And it's this way. Let me show you. And let me show you the track marks that come as a result. Watch this. First of all, it's uneven. Do you see this part right here? It skipped it because the blade is so flexible when it bounced up and it didn't bring the amount of plaster that I want there. Now I got to come down again. Look at all the time it took me to do the same job. Let's go left to right or right to left. It's going on thick. Let's see. Trust me, it's just not doing the same job. And this is what most people are taping seams with on sheetrock, okay? Now, if you have to put your sheetrock on thick, let me show you the track marks that it makes. Watch this. Especially when you're taping. Come on, give me some track marks. Okay. Can you see this line here? See that? That's the track mark right there. Why is that? Because this sharp edge makes a line. Now there's another one, and look, multiply this by 1,000 square feet and tell me how much time it's going to take me to complete this wall, okay? So now, I guess I'll label this video, Plastering Techniques, the difference between a taping knife and a trowel, okay? So, yeah, I don't have any track marks with this. See that? And now I can even start applying a second coat, even though I just applied my, my first coat on this job. The reason is this. The friction that's caused between rubbing this metal blade up against the wall, and you can hear it, it causes heat. And believe it or not, it actually starts drying the plaster. Now it happens to be humid in this room right now. The air conditioner is not on. It is not an ideal environment to plaster a wall. It's not ideal. But you take a look at that wall where I just did that, and you see for yourself the perfection in this tool. Okay? And if you learn how to do this, you can make pretty good money. Pretty good money doing this. I'm just going to finish off the video with showing you the left to right. You know, you use different parts of your body when it gets tiring. Okay? If I don't want to go left to right, I just go right to left again. I'm telling you, I can't emphasize enough to use the right tool, and I really suggest a Marshalltown. And they don't pay me to do this. They should. But I find that these are the best. They're not cheap, but they're so strong that they get the job done and they don't flex. And if you have a tool that's going to flex, you saw what just happened when my tool flexed. It altered the application of the compound, right? And you don't want that. That's all. That's all I wanted to share with you. It comes out really beautiful. And there you have it. I just wanted to show you how to skim coat using the boat trowel. I have done several videos on skim coating, but what I'm doing on this job is installing a 52-inch wide commercial wallpaper. And the man wants the walls, as he said, perfect. And so this is my way of making these walls perfect. If you felt this, and I only did this about a half an hour before I began the video, I don't trust what I'm feeling. I'm feeling perfection, but you know what? I'm going to give it a second coat because the client is paying good money and I'm putting my name on this. So it doesn't matter to me if I spend a couple of more hours putting another coat of plaster on his walls to make it perfect. Okay, well, this is Spencer from the Tampa Bay Wallpaper Installer, formerly known as Finest Painters. And if you like the video, please click on like over here and please subscribe over here. Thank you, and I'll see you on the next one.